Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my management lecturer, Dr. Siti Nohazira binti Cik Tahrim. Today we will present about concept in the field management of Henry Fayer. My name is Nurul Batisha binti Muhammad Hilmi. My metric number 8182974.
My name is Ainadira binti Hussein. My metric number is A2182370.
Hi, my name is Siti Nur Amalin Aisyah binti Muhammad here, and my metric number is A21A3101. Nice to meet you.
My name is Nur Fazlina binti Zaha. Number metric is A21A2983. Brief explanation on the approach. Henry Fayer, an engineer named Fayer, worked hard to become the manager of the company towards the end of the industrial revolutions in French. The fortunes of the company changed for the better under his leadership. Henry Fayer management theory is a simple model of how management interact with staff. This is because Fayer management theory covers a wide range of concepts. This almost any business can use the management theory created by Henry Fayer. Today, the business community regards Fayer classical management theory as a highly effective as well as a relevant guide to managing employees' productivity. The following is a list of 14 management principles. To succeed as a manager, Fayer lists the abilities necessary. In addition to being the inspirations for most management theories today, they offer practical advice that you can use in your own organization. Fayer also completes a list of the 5 essential functions of management, which are consistent with the principle. For this principle, Fayer concludes the management should interact with staff in 5 basic ways to control and plan product. What are the 14 principles of Fayer management? 14 principles of management Fayer is the reality of the management he performed. This is done to see what is effective and what is not about the 14 principles of management by focusing on administrative skill rather than technical skill. Principles are some of a year's list examples of considering management as a profession. Henry Fayer, 14 principles are division of labor, authority, discipline, unity of order, unity of direction, collective interests over individual interests, remunerations, centralizations, scala change, order, equity, staff, term stability, tentative, and esprit de corps. What are the 5 functions of Fayer management? While the 14 Fayer principles have outlined the details of management on the daily basis, its 5 management functions provide a great picture of how managers should spend their time. The 5 management that Henry Fayer has made are planning, organizations, commanding, coordination, and controlling. With this principle of Henry Fayer, we can see that the things he described are very relevant and looks new. This is because Fayer is someone who is aware that management is an ongoing process. This Henry Fayer principle also teaches us about teamwork and working together for the mutual benefits of business. This Fayer principle works very well for us to this day.
Viewpoint about the approach in today's context. Fayer also faces the issue of cooperating with the many companies and policies with whom he openly and even vehemently disagrees in this chapter. Fayer was opposed to try wage to coal prices, but he did so when the companies did. He hate labor unions and despised government meddling in labor relations, but he made decisions based on how he would be seen by unions and he followed the law. Other than that, he backed collective price agreement and trade syndicates for producers. He developed and directed a number of such efforts with varying degree of success. He built relationships with local officials and aided Catholic parishes and schools in the area. This is particularly noteworthy because in addition to being an atheist, Fayol condemned Catholics for propagating lack of will of initiative. Fayol was meticulous in his selection and development of talent. He provided career paths for technicians to advance into management in addition to promoting from within. He instilled them being current in their specialties, joining academic groups, and publishing. He built a library, purchased scientific periodicals, and paid for their travel to conferences and other companies and locations. That brings us to the final point, Fayol's captivating voice. When the author quotes him extensively, a strong personality emerged as when he reflects on his career in 1913, at a time when I fear that the deterioration of my strength will soon prevent me from remaining at the helm. It's pleasing me to see and tell you that the persona from the top to the bottom of the ladder is today much superior to that which it has been for a long time.
Related example. First, discipline. The management is responsible for the way discipline is maintained in an organization. A best example will be at agencies who encourage informal meetings and conversations so as to build better relationship with the customers. Number 2, authority. Managers must possess the authority to give orders and recognize that with authority comes responsibility. For example, at the McDonald's company, if there is a customer who asks for a discount, an employee should ask their managers before permitting it to the customer. Number 3 is unity of command. Fayol wrote that an employee should receive orders from one supervisor only. Otherwise, authority, discipline, order, and stability are threatened. For example, employees in a company need to report to department head. The head of marketing has to know the current situation of the company from the marketing executive. Employees also must receive orders from department head.
The advantage of Henry Fayol is facilities organizational structure. Organizational structure is one of the key management principles. Fayol talks about a hierarchical structure in which the top levels of management act as strong leaders. Although this is a standard procedure in its mining companies, a hierarchical structure is still a model for most small business today. Furthermore, many companies using flat structure, the top-down model as described by Fayol, is remaining popular as a means to ensure these decisions are implemented from senior level to rank level. Number 2 is promotes the team concept. One of Fayol's enduring theories is the idea that employees should subordinate their personal interests to the public interest of the company. This is the basic theory of the team concept that has become so prevalent in small business. Instead of employees to work individually on a project, many companies gather employees with a variety of skills into a group. This helps them to overcome the weakness as employees with opposite talents to balance their feet respectively. For example, having empathy for our teammates can allow us understand their feelings. Number 3 is motivates employees through fair compensation. Salaries is always a delicate subject, especially those related to gender pay equality. However, Fayol goes beyond just talking about money, believing that non-monetary compensation is just as important. For example, work given to outstanding employees and company retreats where management and employees interact as human beings without having to worry about their status in the office. The disadvantages of Henry Fayol is lack of importance to informal organization. Theories of management administration doesn't give any importance to informal organizations or group. It only gives concern with the formal organizational structure. Number 2 is management-oriented theory. One of the theory of management administration is management-oriented. This theory doesn't care about the problem of employees.
Henry Fayol's approach to management is a useful guide to the development of modern management. Although the approach was developed solely on the basis of his own management experience, we cannot deny that his theory gives some impulse to the current development of current management. Meanwhile, his theory must have some improvement to fit in for today's standard of management because it did not go throughout research. The result must have some improvement because with a practical research, it will leave some holes in his theory.
I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.